Hey YouTube, this is Boneyard Stuff. I'm going to do a quick review on a knife that I've got here, which is the Cold Steel AK-47. I got this knife, I got it a couple weeks ago. I kind of wanted to wait to do the review on it until I could actually wear it around. Excuse me. You guys will have to bear with me. This is only like my third video, so I'm really trying hard to put out some good quality, some decent stuff. Basically, comes in this nice bubble wrap, nice Cold Steel box, always nice. It's got their warranty info on it, if you could read it. I don't know how well my camera's going to pick it up without the lighting. There goes the part number or whatever the number is on it. And anyway, blah 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 blah. So that's the box. Now this is the Cold Steel AK-47. I really like this knife. There's a few things I like about it, and there's a few things I don't like about it, and I'm gonna make sure that I try to articulate and voice my opinions both ways, good and bad. This is a great knife. It's a stout, sturdy knife. This knife feels good in your hand. I love the belly of this blade. It's just wicked. I mean, it's a wicked knife overall. If I had to choose this over another knife, I would probably choose this knife. The downfalls of it don't outweigh the good. If you watch the Cold Steel videos, you see the punishment they put these knives through, and they really stand up. Cold Steel just makes a good product. It's got the AUS 8A metal. Let's see if we can get close on it with the camera here and see if you can actually see it. My camera is not the best, especially with the lighting. Let's see if I get any closer. What happens? Oh, looks like there it is. And on the other side, trying to move too fast, it has the nice AK-47. One thing that I note straight away about pulling this knife out of the box is the scales. I know that Nut and Fancy had put out a video. He had put out a review on this knife, and he actually put out a video on doing some mod to this knife and putting some, I think he used JB Weld back here. I think I'm probably going to try that. I'm going to try to do that mod because this is really tough on your pockets. I've been carrying this knife around for a couple weeks, and it really does feel like it's gonna shred my pocket. When you pull it out, you can feel it ripping on your pocket. But everywhere else, it's great. It's a sturdy knife, and it feels good in your hand. With this scales, you can really get a good grip on this thing. It doesn't feel like this thing's gonna move in your hand at all. It's almost like having grip tape. Grip tape. And I really like it, except for right here. I think, like I said, Nut and Fancy was talking about doing the mod on this, or he actually did the mod, and I'm going to do it. I think that Cold Steel should really take note that maybe from here back to here should be smoother material like it is on here, on the edge. This is nice and smooth. I like the lock. The lock is really strong. The knife is smooth. It opens, it closes nicely. With a little practice, you can get this thing, opening right out of your pocket quickly. With the thumb guard, it's definitely ambidextrous. Whichever hand you want to open this knife with, you can. I'm right-handed, so I like it the way it is. You could switch out the clip. That's another thing that I like. One of the downfalls. The downfalls is the clip is really low. Other people that reviewed this knife have mentioned the same thing. And when I was checking to see if I actually wanted to buy this knife, that was a concern. This is an expensive knife. I think this knife retails for about $134 or something, which in my book is that's an expensive knife. I really don't have the money to be carrying around $150 knives. So I got this knife. I'm a knife dealer, a knife seller, so I got it at my cost, and so that I can carry it and do a review. I can't really sell knives and carry around a cheap little dinky knife, So anyway, like I was saying, I like this lock. This lock is great. It takes me a bit of getting used to. I'm not really used to having this type of lock. I can't remember what it's called, but it does seem very strong. It's really sturdy both ways. I mean, it's just a really sturdy, tight knife. And I've been carrying this knife for a couple weeks, and I've been opening it 1,000 times, just to keep practicing. And another thing is the thumb thing. I can't think of what the name of it is right now, but it will catch on your pocket, and you can actually, as you're pulling this out of your pocket, deploy the knife, and that's kind of cool. It's taken me some practice. I've been getting it caught a whole bunch of times, but now I'm getting pretty good at pulling it out, opening it if I want, or not opening it if I don't want. And I've been using this knife, and it's sharp. This knife came out of the box pretty sharp. It could be a little sharper, but for what it is, it's plenty sharp enough. I also like the fact that this is both sides. It's ambidextrous both ways, as the lock goes as well. Like I was saying, I'm not real fond of how low this clip is. It sticks out of your pocket a good bit. You've got yourself, an inch or so here. We hold it against the, I don't know if we can see the table here, but these are 1-inch squares. Let's see if we can actually see it on here. So these are 1-inch squares. We got about an inch and, an inch and a half or an inch or so. But anyway, so, like I said, it does sit kind of high. The nice thing about it, though, is that when you're trying to pull it out of your pocket, you can actually grab it almost like a gun and pull it out. Pull it out of your pocket and be able to pull it out rather easy. One thing that I was kind of surprised is this lanyard. The lanyard piece here is plastic. I was really hoping that it would be metal, aluminum, something. It just seems like if I actually take this knife and try to bang on something, it just seems to me like it's going to break. And I don't know if they sell a replacement for it, but I'm probably going to take this knife apart, and if I can't find a replacement, I'm going to take it to a metal shop and have them cut me out a piece, machine me a piece of aluminum for this, that I would feel much safer, I think, with, much safer that it's not going to break if it's aluminum or some sort of metal. Also, I like the fact that it is, you can clean it real easy. It flows through nicely, as you can see, through the background. It's also got the cutouts inside, which lightens the knife up a bit, because this is definitely not a light knife. This knife is pretty heavy, but it's not too heavy. It's heavy enough that it feels like a good sturdy knife, but it's light enough that it's not too much trouble to carry in your pocket. I really like this knife. This knife is definitely high on my list of knives. I would definitely recommend this knife to somebody who's going to carry this knife, and for an everyday carry knife. As long as you're willing to hold the extra weight. I don't have the weight here in front of me. Like I said, this is I'm new on this. I will start posting weights and lengths and all that good stuff, but right now I was just putting out a quick review on what I feel about the knife and my first impressions. Like I said, I've only been carrying this knife for a couple weeks now, and so far so good. So anyway, YouTube, I will do a further, more thorough review. Once again, this is Boneyard Stuff, and I'm trying to learn how to put out a good review and something that's informative. So thanks a lot.